Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. My name is Carlos Bricio. What audio interface should I buy? I have been asked these questions many times in the past, and I actually asked myself that same question very recently. Apart from my studio, I have an old MacBook Pro at home that I use as a portable rig, but I didn't have an actual interface to bundle it with, so I decided to start looking for one. There are always four things that I always think about when I'm looking for an audio interface: connectivity, inputs and outputs, size, and software. The one thing I knew was that I wanted a desktop size interface, something small to carry around in my backpack when I'm recording outside of the studio, and that would give me a nice tactile interaction. I was looking for something like an Apollo Twin, Antelope Sengo, or Orient ID14, a face-up interface that will be easy to see and manipulate when I'm working from my laptop. I like front-ended interfaces like the one I have in my studio, but I guess I wanted to have a more reachable experience. But here's when I had to face the elephant in the room: the connectivity. My computer is an old 2010 MacBook Pro with Firewire and USB connections, but no Thunderbolt. This limited my options in terms of modern audio interface with the design that I was after. I could go for a USB interface like the SSL2, Orient ID14, or Sengo, but I would lose one of the two precious USB ports from my Mac. Besides, my Zoom H4n can be turned into a USB interface when needed, but I always find it a bit fiddling to make it work properly. That's why I started to look into Firewire interfaces. Yes, I decided to use an obsolete connection, but for my old computer, it will still be usable. I will keep my USB ports for hard drives or dongles, and I might even save some money since I will be looking mostly to second-hand interfaces. I/O-wise, I decided not to be greedy. Most desktop audio interfaces have two preamps, two outputs, and one headphone output, and that's more than enough for me right now. I love the idea of being able to expand using ADAT or SPDIF, but in reality it's not something that I think I would end up using on the go anyway. MIDI inputs are handy as well, but most of my MIDI devices have only USB, so I won't be bothered with that. The last thing I needed to consider was software. Here I'm mainly referring to any software that the computer would need to control or update the interface. Although most audio interfaces are plug and play, many manufacturers provide a software that allows to control the interface from the convenience of your computer. Although that's something that I love to do in my Apollo in the studio, it wasn't a deal breaker. What it was important, since I'm using an old laptop, is that the computer will recognize the interface and will be able to use it correctly. So a certain level of support from the manufacturer would be nice if possible. With all this in mind, I opened my browser, made some searches, and I found almost nothing. RME, Focusrite, and Motu had some very good and interesting options with the wide range of connectivity, but I felt it was an overkill for what I was really after. I certainly started to lose hope. Until I found this, the Apogee Duet. A small, sleek, and elegant interface with fantastic onboard preamps and simple, intuitive controls. It has two preamps, a headphone output connection, and on top of that is powered by a Firewire. I watched a couple of videos and reviews online and I knew I had a winner. I looked into it in River and I found a great deal online for less than €100. Some might say that the breakout cable for the I/O is messy, but I actually like it since I can use the interface without it when monitoring on headphones and enjoy the small footprint of the interface. Plus, the software is compatible with my old computer and allows me to control the interface preamps from it. I hope my process for choosing an audio interface was interesting. In the end, you can apply the same principles I use for choosing your own interface, and with a bit of research, you can find the right one for you. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribe to my channel for more videos about audio, music, and production. Take care, have a nice day.